Welcome back to Valheim. My name is Nilaus, and today I have a very special episode for you, and it's a bit different, so I hope you will like it. You know the drill. If you like it, then hit the like button. So we have stone, and well, stone we have had for a while. We have finally gotten our iron tech, and I took the liberty between sessions to move it over here and build this little thing. This is going to be my new permanent base, and it's pretty damn big. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty damn big. And we need to start moving in here. So today will be all about building the mansion. So the mansion is going to be absolutely huge. It'll be focused on comfort, portals, and storage. But we won't be able to do the interior decoration yet. Maybe a bit, but only a bit. But it'll be a massive build, and it's going to be a time-lapse build. I've been spending all of my time on farming and grinding. Yes, all of this is built, no mods, no console commands, no cheats, no anything. Everything has been farmed, raised, and leveled, and paved. And this is where we're going to get started. So I will be building here. I'll be building a sort of I'll be building it as a time-lapse, and then I'll be commenting over it so we can do it. So there will be, because there's no cheats or anything like that, sometimes it'll be dark, and we need to run back and forth, and I'll not be flying, and we will be attacked, and it's going to be awesome. Here we have like this stone. I wanted to incorporate it into my building, but at the end of the day, I decided that didn't make any sense. So I think we should just take a look at how much materials I have accumulated here, just to get a sense of what this thing here is going to require. Here are some additional things that I'm going to be using maybe later on, like trophies and stuff. And we put down some workbenches to get us started, and I think it's just time to get started on this. So the first thing we do, of course, everything is sped up a bit. It's sped up by a factor 4. And the first thing we can do is set down a foundation using these core wood poles. Each one of these are 4 meters long, so that means the main building that I'm building here is going to be, what is it? It's 20 by 12 meters, and then the side buildings will be 12 by 16 meters. The foundation here serves two purposes. First, it serves to delineate everything and make sure that everything is fixed on the same grid, so you don't accidentally get some misalignment anywhere. But it also serves the fact that these are now anchored. You can see they all turn blue as they are there. That means I can start building on top of them and get a really stable foundation as we move up in level. The next thing we do is, of course, put down foundation. This is using quite a lot of stone, and it's not technically necessary, not for any kind of integrity of the buildings, but it's necessary from the perspective that everything else is going to be built of wood. So if I don't want to be rocking the pure brown fashion statement here, but actually get as fashionable as we can in Valheim with gray and brown, then that's what we're going to do. I think it looks good. It also makes it look like a more fashionable place with stone tiling. But it's going to be really cold walk getting out the bed in the morning. So sometimes we miss things, and then we just place it again here. All of this is, of course, farmed. You can see here the 2 hearths put into the middle, and that will be sort of one of my main parts. We have to remember that I have to set up chimneys for those as well. And now this part is going to be a bit more tricky as we move along, because this will be trying to cover this. It's important that everything is covered. Some of the places I can't really squeeze in the stones, then I need to just give it a little whack with the pickaxe, and then we can continue. It's important for this part is to make sure that everything is blue as I cover up this hole, so that I have the stability necessary. That's why by the time I put in the last tile, there we go, I'm just checking that everything is light blue, so it's anchored. And that's our foundation already done. Next thing, first thing we want to do to start raising these pillars. These again serve two purposes. They are serving again to deliver things, but I want to build in 2 stories, so I want to make sure that I don't need any additional pillars for support by having a strong outer foundation here. And that's why I use the core wood pillars, and that you can see it's actually 4 meters high, and I think that's quite fitting. And I wanted 2 stories, and we will be seeing when I put the last bit of the roof on that it's gonna get close to breaking. It'll be dark orange, but that's not a problem as long as it's dark orange and not tumbling down. That one and that one, the 2 pillars here, will be just to support the little platforms, because the center room that we have in the middle will be for comfort, and that means I will have a throne room. This is where we get started on it. But I can't have a bed next to the throne. That just looks silly to have a bunk bed right lying right next to the throne. So I'm gonna make these little platforms, suspended platforms here. And I know that the one to the left will be for sleeping, and the one to where I'm standing on here will not really be. I don't know what that's gonna be for, counting money or something. I'm just making a little skywalk here across that will help for building purposes, and then we can already get started on the outer wall. One of the key things about the outer wall is that I want to make sure that it's different. I don't want it to just be flat walls everywhere. So from the front perspective here, I'm going to do something so that from the outside you can kind of glimpse a bit more inside here by leaving these X's in place. These X's will give me some of the glow from the fire inside, because there's kind of a lot of fire. And then the rest of the way around, I'll just leave this little open space so that we can just see in and out of the building. Otherwise it just gets so gloomy if I can't see in and out. Here I make photo panels because I want to hang banners in these two locations, and behind the eventual throne, that's where I'm gonna be yeah, that's not good. I will be having these X's again, and that will be part of the location where I'll be hanging the trophies. Let's build the throne here, and building out a little platform so it just looks better. But good thing we're not getting cooked, because we would absolutely get cooked in that place. And you can see here we do need to make some chimneys above this, and that's one of the next things we want to go do it. So we start going up here on our platform, using the little platform to get started on the roof. You can see here the front and the back of the building will not be symmetrical, but the sides of the building will be symmetrical. I make a little wall here because I need the rooms to have high enough clearance before the roof, and it also just gives it a bit more, let's call it, character. If I don't have it just symmetrical from A to Z, or from a front to back. And we can start making this roof up here, and that location where there should be this center location, and it'll start diving down. Now I'm having issues with setting up the chimneys, and I will have to do that from the outside. This will be for mounting trophies, these X's here behind and above the throne. So we make this part here. This will be eventually my bedroom, so it's going to be close enough for the throne to get, and the banner to get the benefit on comfort, but not so close that I can actually see it. And you can also sort of, from a logical perspective, say that you get the heat from the hearth coming by. You also get the smoke, but let's not talk about that. I have no idea what that sound was. That was probably some annoying grey dwarf outside that was attacking. So we go around the back, just make a little, what is it? What's it called? And on the battlements, and some battlements here, so we can look out and shoot the trolls as they're coming in, but also just basically walk around here. We start working on the chimney. I really love the smoke mechanics because it forces us to take care of these things that you would otherwise not really care about. I can see from Icarus that I just don't care about the smoke, except if it's because the whole house is burning down, but that's a different matter. Here we just make these. I want to make sure that the chimneys are just basically holes in the ceiling and not sort of something really solid that takes a lot of focus away from the inside of the main room. So we make it all the way up here, and you can see that we now have all the way around. So now I want to make it connect the roof from the front to the back, and we should see that everything fits just nicely between the roof coming over from the front and the back, and then it's just filling in this part. The roof is working in the way that the lower one is 45 degrees, and then it contains 26 degrees to go up to the middle point, which is not at all the middle point. It's actually slanted somewhat back towards the back of the building, but I really like that. It gives it a more dominant feel from the outside, and gives some bit of air inside the room, so I like that. And we built just the entrance as well, and then we now have it fully enclosed up here, and time to build the chimney so it doesn't rain inside the chimney. This is going to be one of the more prominent things, because you can see this from a bit far away, so make sure that this looks nice as well. It's going to be the top of the entire house. Really important that this is supposed to be a house, not a fort or anything like that. It's supposed to be looking cozy and livable, not look like a fortress. The whole thing is a fortress, but inside we should be having all of our creature comforts. The stuff I'm building here is purely aesthetic, but it also just I think anchors it. It makes it. Don't say the word pop. Don't say it make it pop. No, it doesn't. It first of all, there's a bit of realism to it, because you're going to have the thatch roof has to be anchored to something, and having these bars coming down just makes it look nicer. So we ran out and then we got started back here, and then I got started on another project. This fits absolutely brilliant. We'll put a little dragon heads on top everywhere, and as I said, the top part is going to be visible from a distance away, so we want to make it sure that it looks nice with having some dragon heads up there. I don't have anything else because we are in the iron, and we just unlocked iron, so there's probably some other ones that we don't have yet. And of course we don't have any of the dark wood. Unfortunately, when we do, we might change it or add it. And what I'm going to do here is just making a little extra roof outside. I think it looks better if it looks too modern of a house if the roof just ends right at the edge of the wall. So that's just going to help a bit. And then we go back on top of the roof and just finish up the last parts of these bars. And we're now looking at the center room here. We take out the skywalk because we don't need it. And then we can just make a bit of sort of trimming inside the house here, inside of the throne room. I really don't like calling it a throne room, but it kind of is. What are we going to do here? Well, if we had Harry Potter, we would have Harry Potter live underneath the staircase, or yeah, but we don't. So we're just going to put some boxes in there. That's going to be fine for now. Let's go up to, okay, the other one also has to be done. You can hear the weather is roaring outside, it's windy. So this is just not made completely done. We'll get that one. So even though it is going to be one complete house, then I'm going to build each house separately so that we can get a sense, that's not correct, get a sense of each house being, well, its separate identity and how it works. See, this one I can't place, and the reason why I can't place it is because of those beams set on the side. They simply take up the same space, so that's why it didn't want to connect there. That's okay, we can do that. I'm kind of missing one over on the other side, but I think I'll forget that. Then just a bit of railing. Remember, this is our bedroom, so this is just making sure that you don't roll out of bed and fall down. And we go on the other side. I haven't really decided what it's for, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be here, and we'll probably find something. And this one's also going to be troublesome. And there will be a door opening here into one of the other rooms. Remember the two other rooms on the side, the wings. There will be one will be for portal, and the other one will be for loot, basically just storage. And now that one is also done. Yeah, let's do the trimming here. Let's do the trimming on the underside of the chimneys. And while we're doing that, then we just remind you that this is all part of my ongoing Let's Play series that I'm streaming over at Twitch. It's at twitch.tv/Nilaus. So if you want to come on and join over there, then it's at Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, generally at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Let's get started on the side buildings here. The side buildings, they are going to be completely identical. So we built one, and then the other one will be exactly alike. I'm going to make triangular windows just because, and then have a difference here at the front. Let's build that all the way around. Now, it's kind of ironic if this is our loot room, then we maybe should secure it a bit more than what we do here with that. So at least on the front, we're going to put some iron grids on front, not because it should look like a prison, but I actually think it has a nice feel to it. But on the other hand, you don't want to burn through a lot of iron. And the other one is built exactly identical, so we don't have to repeat that again. We can get started on the roof for the building here in either of those cases. The roof here will start by the cross beams to support the skywalk. The skywalk is basically for just moving around up there. We'll have a little balcony so we can look out. This balcony is just, it really complements the building in a nice way. And here I'm just desperately trying to build out from underneath it. Jump down, get some pillars getting set up, and keep collecting more materials. Little railing so we don't fall down. It's going to be nice, and we are now ready to start making the roof on the side building. So the roof on the side building will follow the pattern of the front of the building, so it's going to be 145 degrees. Oh, we noticed an error there. 145 degree roof, and then 2 or 3 25 degrees. And on the back side, it'll also follow the back pattern with the 3 meters high. And no, that's too high. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to extend this because I really didn't like the idea of having my bedroom going straight out into onto the battlement. So I'll make the exit from the side building instead of from the bedroom. It just seems a bit silly to roll directly out of the battlement. We'll go from the side here. And we go out here. Let's see. Oops, I fell down. So this is yeah, just getting this sorted so we can start building the roof here. And it's at this point it's just painting by numbers, getting everything sorted in, just set up as we need it. Getting something on the front as well here, and going a bit forward so it looks a bit nicer. The particulars, and what complementing this with. I thought we actually had a dragon figure there. I guess we'll add that later. You can see we're starting to see, well, some of the red ones here, but as we go up here you can start seeing that their top ones are quite orange, and that's, as long as they link together in there, then they're going to be safe. But I probably couldn't build much higher than what we're building, so everything is absolutely perfect. You can see they are quite dark orange. Not a problem at all yet, but yeah, as I said, it gets us to where we want to go, but it cannot get us much further. And again, we put the wood trimmings here on the roof in whatever way we find makes sense. Oops, we ran out of materials, and then as I go back and take materials, we are also making the overhang. Is that called overhang? I don't know what it's called. Overhang on the outside all the way around, all the way not to the back, because it doesn't make any sense to have on the back. And then we can continue out here, up on the roof, and completing the one. And as you can see, it's actually going pretty quickly with getting the whole house set in motion and get all that completed here. And we just do all the trimmings, and we set the dragon head figurine up front. Now we have the whole house, and of course the second one I've already built that because they are going to be the same. So on the inside, now we need to add all of our items that we need for just comfort. I don't have a lot of different things, but I mean, put a table in, put a rug in. When you get more things, we're going to put those in. Put the banner in. I'm going to have 4 banners because there are 4 nice clear colors, and only one of them of course counts for the comfort, but that's also fine. And we put up here some trophies. At this point I've only killed Eikthyr and the Elder, both of those. I have guides on my YouTube channel if you are interested in that, and the next objective will be killing Bone Mass, which we'll do in the next episode of this of the Valheim here on my YouTube channel. That's pretty good, really nice. Let's go up here, and we are putting in my, here you go, you see my one nightstand, and that will of course also be an essential part of any Viking life. And out here on the front, we just put a few shields up, not because of anything, but it just looks nice to have a few shields up here on the outside. And then it's just the last polish here with just putting some trees or some greenery on the outside of our build, and that should really complement it as we go along. It just goes a bit over excessive with the where it's placing it, and we just put a bit of the stone trimming here at the end, and that's basically completing the entire build as we go all the way around the building. And that really concludes the build. So let's slow down the creation and then take a look at what we built and go a bit around as we wrap up and enjoy the entirety of this build. Here we have the house. Here we have the mansion in daylight. You can still see the light from the torches. It looks really nice. If we're moving up the steps here, we can see it in all of its glory. I really like it. I like the fact that it is symmetrical side to side. It has quite a lot of room inside, but also the fact that there are so many weird little details. It's of course one of my first big builds. Well, it's my first big build, so bear with me. I know there's many more things that we can add, but there's some parts are limited by my creativity, some parts are limited by my experience, and other parts are limited by what I have available. Like that table does need a bit of work, but it'll get there. I'm really happy with the throne room. It has a lot of potential. We can start hanging more stuff and just finish up everything and looking at nice here. Up here, my bedroom, it leaves much to be desired. It's like a little simple bunk bed, but we'll definitely expand it. Out here in this room, this will be for portals, and I think I can actually place portals up here along this edge and also on the other side, as well as downstairs. Out here, we didn't really see it, but it gives us a nice view in the morning. Go out here, stretch your legs, drink your morning coffee while looking at the trolls just peeking over the walls. Very nice. Oh, and we have some raspberries close by if we feel something for our morning coffee. Out here, we can look out at the beautiful terrain. We'll be looking at that a bit, and I'll explain what the rest of this location will be for. Moving over to the other side of this house here, the cartographer's table doesn't do anything, but it's just nice to have. Oh, there's a bit of of weeds coming inside. I like this one. This is exactly like the other one, and this will be for exclusively for storage, not really anything else. We'll figure out a way to do storage in a nice logical manner, and that's something I will be adding as well. When looking out here, and then I'll just give you a sense of what will be here. The top level, the tier 3 here, will be for, as we can see, my mansion with comforts and portals and storage. The second level will be for crafting. That will be, there's going to be a forge and a workbench and a brewery and a kitchen. That will be located at this second level, and the first level will be for farming and for pig farming as well, like agriculture and farming at that location. So I think that's going to be really cool things that I'm going to be building. I'm going to be building those over at my Twitch stream. So if you are interested in more Valheim, you can either keep an eye on the channel or here on YouTube, or you can join us over at Twitch, where I'm streaming this currently Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Central European Time. If you like this video, it's a kind of a different one than what we usually do, then be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below so I know what is good, bad, what I can improve for next time, and what things I have missed in this build and most missed opportunities, and also just other missed things. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again, and if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to keep up with Valheim content and all the other games we're playing here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.